It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Several weeks have passed since the threat assessment meeting, and key members of the logistics group of MPTT have prepared to answer questions about how to address the identified threats.
Welcome to our annual logistics meeting. Our goal is to identify and document any measures which we may implement to counteract threats to this year's toy trip. I would ask each of you to focus on the issues which I provided in my outline and the documents provided by the threat assessment group. Henry, let's begin with threats posed by organized or terrorist groups.
Thank you, sir. Our initial point of vulnerability is our delivery system, Santa's sleigh. As you know, in previous years, we have adopted technology made available from the armed forces of friendly nations to improve the two most important factors, stealth and speed. Each year, the design of the sleigh is reviewed, and we incorporate any available features that improve the ability to avoid detection by land-based weapon systems.
What's new for the sleigh this year?
A new application of paint has been added that will confuse the most advanced of radar systems. Boosters have been added to auxiliary engines that supplement reindeer power at supersonic speeds when necessary for avoidance. At rest, the new paint job reflects almost no light, rendering it virtually invisible on the ground. We have also developed a guidance system that connects to a satellite-based worldwide communication and control system designed to avoid other vehicles and optimize our delivery efforts.
What about Santa, the two elves, and the reindeer?
The ultimate goal in personal protection will be a force field that would employ an impending technology that would repel almost any known explosive force. Unfortunately, this is not yet available, but in the meanwhile, we have been provided with an experimental device that employs laser and microwave technology that can temporarily disable an attacker, enabling escape from the danger. This device mechanism may also be deployed directly from the sleigh or from a drone controlled by the worldwide communication and control system. Used in this manner, it would temporarily disable the entire community within range.
Has this disabling device been tested for long-term effects?
It is experimental, with limited testing in individual mode, and needless to say, it has not been tested in community mode.
Anything else?
Yes, sir. We have just completed testing of a handheld threat analyzer. It is dual purpose, as it can scan a structure and identify concealed weapons and determine the location and size of the occupants. Secondly, it can instantly analyze the content of any mass to determine at the molecular level whether any known poisons or pathogens are contained therein. This would help ensure Santa's safety in entering any building or consuming any food provided for him or his helpers.
Okay, let's move to our plans to counteract natural threats. Helen?
Thank you, sir. We are quite excited about the prospect of being able to load our weather data into the satellite-based worldwide communication and control system, which will enable the sleigh's guidance system to safely navigate the weather anywhere in the world on the big night.
Would we be wise to depend on such new technology?
We are planning to retain our current weather monitoring system for at least another year as backup.
Does this put you out of a job, Helen?
We must still help Santa to avoid disease on his journey. We are inoculating him, his elves, and the reindeer against all current known strains of the flu, as well as the usual shots against the many other diseases that may be contracted in remote corners of the planet. This leaves us with the most ominous threat on the world's horizon, Ebola. The only vaccinations available are experimental and are currently reserved for the healthcare workers on site in West Africa. As well as the danger to Santa and his Christmas Eve entourage, there is the additional danger of passing along the virus on the trip and eventually bringing it back home.
What is your recommendation?
Our group is unanimous that Santa should not stop in West Africa this year.
Thank you for all your good work this year. I've scheduled a briefing and would appreciate if you could document your update for me so I may provide it to him in advance of that meeting.
It's the most wonderful time